One, right?
Yes. There's someone else. No, there's someone else. That's it. That's it.
John can't go then.
No,
No way. I think,
Don't lose that. Got hung up at work, so.
Okay, you are.
You ready?
Mhm.
Yep.
Call to order the planning commission meeting of December 19th, 2023 at 5:16. Roll call, please.
Brock Fisher.
Here.
Andy Palmer. Palmer.
Yes.
Shoemaker.
Here.
Keith Fringe,
Here.
and not present, John Gable and Joe Tillman.
So we have a forum. And to approve agenda. So moved.
Second.
Motion by Schumacher, second by Colomer. All in favor, say aye. Oh, I'm sorry, Rocky.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. And three, citizens' comments. Any citizens' comments for tonight's meeting? Being none, approve the minutes of the September 19th meeting.
Make a motion. Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Item 5, discussion with possible action regarding the proposed lot division by owners Scott and Mark Bockiver for property at 930 Meadowcraft Drive, parcel 251-1216-1323-004.
So this was brought up at our last meeting, and you guys decided to hold off, until you had had myself, Rob, and the city attorney weigh in, regarding the proposal to subdivide the lot and then build another garage. So talked to Nolan, and then he included in your packet then is his response for looking at that. I don't know, you guys can probably just jump to the end there on the conclusion there, saying that, yeah, essentially it's non-conforming as it is, and being non-conforming, it probably shouldn't be anything else done with it. Unless there'd be, unless you guys would like to create different zoning, revise zoning, and go that route, which, because currently there is nothing in the zoning ordinance that allows for just a garage to be built on a parcel without a primary structure.
Well, the little time we had to look at this, I tried to read through it, and get through the whole thing. But when we get to item 4, question 4, would there be a possibility of just doing a conditional use permit to allow them to do that? I mean, we've already got something non-conforming.
It specifically says in there.
A virtually useless piece of land.
It's specific.
Remember what he said in
Yeah,
there?
it specifically says in there, just because something was not, maybe was even conforming at the time and it turned it down, even if it turned not conforming, that doesn't mean that you can add on to it, make it bigger,
Oh, right.
expand it, rebuild it, et cetera. So according to what Nolan's saying here, no is, I believe, the answer to that question. I mean, I'm all for people doing stuff, and if you got a piece of property you kind of want to use, but I mean, I want a shed. I want to buy a lot in town and I want to put a shed on. Everybody, every male wants to buy a lot in town and put a shed on.
Yeah.
And obviously we don't allow that because we have sheds on lots all over town.
Well, that's the current situation too. I don't know. Like he states in here, he doesn't know how it came about. It was probably grandfathered in at some point into the current zoning. as old as that shed is, I
So that had to
don't.
be sixties, maybe before, huh?
Oh, ours was the eighties, early eighties.
Well, yeah, but one building,
Shinderly
one
was-
building, oh, I'm thinking of the first building.
The first
That
one
was there for the longest time.
Late sixties.
Yeah, and then the newer one, yeah, that could be. Wow.
No, that's the case. All I could do is ask, so.
Did he get to see what Nolan wrote here?
Actually, I don't know if you did,
No,
I just got it last week and I guess I completely forgot about sending it to you so you could review it.
I guess
Yeah.
tomorrow could you just send it to me,
Yep.
and I can send it to the person who, possible person that, so.
Sure.
And maybe you can find something in there that we're missing,
Okay,
or even talk to Nolan if you want to, I don't know, but everything that Nolan kind of says in here is like, no, 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 and that's how I read it anyways, is that how you read it, Andy?
Yeah, just quick reading it over, just.
I read the whole thing.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, we looked at it again and yeah, I mean, just with current zoning and ordinances, I mean, unless you guys would, I don't know, maybe look at adding an ordinance or zoning district just for that or something. I don't know. But there again, then it's gonna be spot zoning and that's kind of frowned upon and then.
Yeah. And I mean, that's really spot.
Yeah, small parcel with shed, you know.
Yeah.
As much as I'd like to see something happen with it,
it's really the same. thing.
I don't find anything.
It's really the same thing's gonna apply if you have a lot that shouldn't have got between us, and they aren't gonna really be able to do anything. They have intention, maybe doing something with them someday, but
But it could be used for manufacturing, right? Is it?
Well,
yeah, I think it's.
It's M2, yeah, general.
I think we
manufacturing.
talked about that the last time, if there was something to go on there that
Yeah,
is manufacturing as compared to
yeah,
considered storage.
yeah.
Cause then you're not within the zoning.
Yeah,
With a primary structure,
so.
manufacturing of wooden signs, one a year.
Well, appreciate you looking into it.
Is there just no action or do we
Well, if that's the case,
Action.
we're,
make action to?
no, I would take it to be no action taken on this.
By doing that, then he can always bring it back and be fine, figure something out.
Right, that's why I'd rather leave it open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, no,
Something changes,
like,
Yeah, if something changes, you
Someone gonna make.
get a hold of it. No, we're just gonna leave it,
I'm just gonna leave it as no action,
no action.
right?
Yeah, because we're discussing with possible action.
Agree.
and we have to walk on.
No, because nobody made
Motion.
motion.
Yeah.
Can I give you this?
Oh, yeah, if you want to, yeah.
Oh. Thanks, Rob.
All right, with that. Item 6. Discussion regarding proposed T-Mobile land lease in River Knoll Industrial Park, parcel 251-1216-1411-001.
So you'll have a letter and then a couple maps, so it's the telecom services letter here, and then are you,
Yep, I'm John.
John?
Mhm.
He's here, to answer any questions you guys might have. So I believe, according to the letter, you're looking at a land lease on the city-owned parcel right next to the tower over the industrial park. You're looking at like a 12 by 20, I think it was.
Yeah, 12 by 20 is what T-Mobile would need, so they'd have to push out that existing fence, either in the south or the west is what probably makes the most sense on that parcel. But we can, walk it with the city's representative, if that's you or someone else, and
So why do you guys do that?
so, T-Mobile is looking to put antennas on the tower because right now I think it's either Verizon or AT&T on there probably.
Sure.
In order, so you put antennas on the tower, and those are the transmit and the receive antennas that transmit the cell signals, but there also are some radio units that go at the bottom of the tower, and there's not enough space in that current compound at the bottom there to put the equipment. So they need a pad about 12 feet by 20 feet, and they put 2 to 3 cabinets on like a metal sled and probably a metal platform, sorry, got my words mixed up there. And I don't think this is part of the initial build, but probably at some point they'll put a generator in there, like a backup generator, like the one that's existing there for the current carrier. In that spot.
So basically, we're just looking at expanding the footprint of what is there.
Correct.
And
And just
this-
expanding the footprint of the fence to give it enough room to fit that 12 by 20 inside the fenced area as well.
So right now the footprint is just surrounding the building, this one with the red lines on it. Is
Currently, there is a land lease that is on, the city is in agreement with.
Yeah.
I think it's US Cellular.
I believe so. So they're just looking for room to put the T-Mobile equipment that they need on the ground. Right, adjacent to
Just
it.
for that role.
And they had reached out to the mayor passed it along to me, and then we wanted to bring it to plan commission to get your thoughts on whether to proceed forward with a land lease agreement with T-Mobile.
Do we have any idea what, like, what the agreement is with Usus Cellular?
You did find that and get it to me, but I don't remember seeing what they had in there.
Yeah.
I would have to take a look and see what was there, but that would be something that would be discussed then as part of this new land lease then too, so.
Free cell phones for all Mayville?
Yeah,
So I
Can
can't
be-
promise that tonight.
any cost, additional cost to the lease and everything, that would be up to the council to.
Correct. So, yeah, this is just the initial phase, whether we wanna proceed forward with it, and then a lease agreement would have to be put together for then everybody to overview and approve it, so.
Okay.
Like, I would not necessarily be opposed to anything here, I don't think, if we're already doing it for someone else that's there, like. I don't know what you guys' thoughts are.
I have no problem with it. I mean, it's just adding on to what's already there.
Right.
Yeah.
Not changing.
Yeah, not really taking away anything from our lot up there this week.
Well, I mean, they'll have some room for their equipment on the
Yeah,
ground, footprint, so, but that's
Right.
We should,
part of the reason that they're bringing it before you guys, because it's city-owned property, so.
we should make sure to, we should check what our US Cellular lease is. And then also potentially, I don't know if there's a way, can we find out what other people are getting, just to make sure that, we're getting a fair price for whatever we're doing here and it's normal and. Right, maybe you even know that.
That would probably be something that you have to talk about with Eric as far as the price.
Any of that is actually up to council,
Council,
finance,
yeah,
and so that,
Yeah.
I just don't.
Right, but we can still make recommendations on it.
Yeah, at this stage.
Well, at this phase, it's just for discussion and then for them, to get them to go ahead, proceed forward, and then we'll work on the agreement, then bring it back here, I think, and then.
Yeah, just said
Go on
discussion with no
council.
possible, doesn't say possible action, so.
Does it say possible action?
No, it just says discuss.
Okay,
Good, all right.
so as far as we're concerned,
Yeah,
we have a consensus thumbs up here.
All right, So I'll let Eric know and, he'll get with you to,
Yeah, reach out with, reach out to me and I guess we'll, talk to the city attorney then too about the agreement and what needs to be in it.
okay,
So, and I guess if you guys can get a description for the area that you want,
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah, we
I don't know
could
if
do
you'd be
like
able
a
to do a legal
preliminary sketch
description
or
or
something.
something, yeah, just to show the area that you guys are looking to lease, so.
Yeah, so
We can
typically,
incorporate that into the,
what we do is we do a design visit with the surveyor, and, if you want, or someone else from the city wanted to be out there to point at anything, and say, hey, west side or the south side, or, I want to keep this tree, or I want to get rid of this tree, that sort of thing. That's typically what we do, and then we get the legal description drawn up off of that. So if that works for you, then I'll let Eric know to get that set up with you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sounds good.
all right, great, thank you.
Great, good. Thank you. Thanks for waiting.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for making for him. Merry Christmas, everyone.
You too.
discussion was had regarding potential committees on issues with proceeding.
Item 7, discussion with possible action regarding current zoning and use of property 1124 Horicon Street, parcel 251-1216-2323-023. Current owner Barstow Properties LLC. Yeah.
Okay, so this is Infinity Plastics. Yeah, I must not have got that included in the packet. So I was contacted regarding the Infinity Plastic site, so that's right next to
Oh, okay, now I know where we got it.
So they were looking for a
Does everybody know where
zoning
this is?
verification letter.
Does everybody know where this is?
So it's
Well,
right next
once you said
to,
Infinity Plastics, now I know where it is.
Across from the.
Oh.
The car wash.
The lot in
Oh,
between there or the?
yeah,
it's
okay.
right next
Yeah.
to the, was it the?
Apartment building in some sort.
Apartment, yeah.
Yeah. Spring Glen.
Spring Glen, yeah.
It's the one that has the big tubes, yeah.
Yeah, so I believe they manufacture the HCP pipe that you see on the yards there.
Yep.
I was contacted because I guess they are looking to sell and evidently they have sold that property, but they were looking for a zoning verification letter. And as part of that letter, we review the zoning and then make sure that everything is in compliance with that zoning. And they want us to verify that, oh, yep, it meets principal or secondary uses or accessory uses for that property. Trouble is,
It doesn't.
it doesn't. So, and I spent a bunch of time trying to go through old records, trying to find either a zoning change that had been done on that property or an occupancy permit and see how they had stated that that zoning was done. I couldn't find either in the records. So I don't know if a conditional use was granted so that they could, once that was bought and turned into Infinity Plastics. Or, and that's the issue I was having. I couldn't sign off on that letter saying, yes, it meets the zoning requirements. And then if something would happen, that the city would allow them to build it back
Okay.
in the same footprint.
What is the zoning right now?
So it's B2 outline business. And she's making quick copies there. I, for some reason, that didn't get in the packets. But like I said, it's and since I had that request, evidently the property has sold like last week. They closed on it, so I don't know. when I had reached out to the attorney that had contacted me and told her that, oh, yeah, I can't sign off on this right now. I have to bring it before the plan commission to see what was done, if anybody knows what was done for that, because right now I don't have any documentation stating, oh, yep, they issued a conditional use or what was done to allow that, if anything.
Right now, they're actually manufacturing.
Yeah,
there, aren't they?
one or two.
Or I'm not sure what they're doing exactly.
That, I mean, that's part of it too. I thought they were manufacturing that pipe, but I mean, I tried. I called the number on file for that property owner, left a message, never heard a response. I left a letter at the physical address. Even though there's vehicles there, evidently I never heard a response, so
You called the new guy too?
I don't know who the new guy is.
Gotcha.
I mean, I talked to the attorney that was doing the zoning verification, reviewing the purchase agreement, but I don't. Other than that, I don't know anything.
So we don't know what they're intending to put in there.
Correct.
So
I don't know if it's just switching owners and staying with manufacturing pipe, if that's what they're doing, or if they're gonna be switching up business.
But is Barstow own the property and then they're
Barstow-
renting it to
Barstow owns,
Plastics?
it's my understanding that Barstow owns the property. They have currently sold it, but Infinity Plastics was working there. So
Okay, so they were renting.
I don't know if they were renting it or if that was just
Who was there before that?
China thing.
I can't think of it.
I think that was the recycle
It's
place.
just, yes, it was.
Oh, that,
Moving recycling.
wow.
And before that, they can.
Cause I mean, I was looking back at 98, 97, stuff like that, trying to, I think that's when Barstow bought it, but I couldn't find anything.
Wasn't it a, trucking? Like they used that for repair and, or was it even a bus garage? Yeah,
So basically anything but a factory can be almost. By looking at all those uses.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know when it changed to manufacturing plastic, but it doesn't seem to conform with the zoning for that parcel.
I'm not sure that, I don't remember it coming, but, you know, you're talking how long ago?
I think Barstow bought it in like 98,
I wasn't on.
early in 98. But when it became Infinity Plastics, I don't know.
It's gotta be like 20 years or something at least, man. What a while.
And like I said, I can't find an occupancy permit or a zoning change.
Whatever, fire department would know when that light switched. They keep records going back there.
I don't know. I don't know if they do.
I imagine all that property along there would be too,
Correct.
no?
Which, everything else makes sense.
Mhm.
That's
Well,
it.
you got a house there, you do have, the apartment
Yeah.
building there.
Mhm.
And on the other side, we got that, used to be Acrovitch's,
Owns.
Boone's
Yeah.
garage.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's just a shop.
Well,
Back to,
But he had, to his,
Electric company.
well, yeah, GL something.
Oh, he
That
started
was-
as a wire EDM shop, yep.
Yeah,
oh yeah, you're right.
Glenn did.
so he, yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, so at one point or another,
we had a little manufacturing thing, and before that, it was
I guess he could have called it.
cabinet shops and everything else that I can remember.
That's right. That, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Oh. I don't know.
well, I guess then the simple answer is no, right?
No.
We're not gonna go and close, we're not
Well,
looking at
that's
a new
just
kettle
it.
of fish here, are we?
What's that?
We're not looking to open up a new kettle of fish here, are we? And say, hey, you don't fit in the neighborhood, what are we gonna do about this? Or is, we're just looking to tell them that we won't give them the burn down letter, right?
I just, like I said, I found the situation and it's like, I don't know what to do with it, so.
Well, I guess if it's sold already, then They didn't need you to sign off on that sheet.
Evidently, it's up to the new buyer to,
But there again, now if it's gonna stay a pipe manufacturer or something like that along that line, that's not
Any
conforming.
manufacturing. Any manufacturing would not conform.
yeah, we could theoretically say they can't open.
But we, I mean,
Open.
if they're gonna be doing the same thing as they've done for the last 15 or 20 years, that would be an unbelievably cruel thing to do, is to shut their factory down.
Mhm.
I'm not even sure we could, at this point,
Legally, we wouldn't be able to, right, much less should we. But on the other hand, I don't think we should find a letter saying they can rebuild a factory again if it burns down, because we don't want a factory there if it burns down.
Right. It already sold, so he didn't have to sign that paperwork before they sold,
That's
so.
what I mean, but that's meeting still vote, so the question is, are we gonna give them one or not, right? So I would be in favor of saying no.
the problem is, yeah, if it's gonna
Yeah.
change what they're actually doing.
Right, we would give them a letter if they were going to be doing one of these things on this list, but
Yeah,
he said basically they want the letter to say everything's just as it is and it's all perfectly 100% essentially fine, and no, it's not.
Like I said, I mean, this letter is just a standard letter and those are the questions that they're asking. It's like, okay, well, I can't sign
No,
off on this.
right.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's,
exactly. They've got a torn here, I think that, that property is valuable as online business property. Wouldn't want to make it manufacturing, somebody set up shop there and start pounding out metal parts when there could be a commercial or,
Or like you said, next thing you know, they got a factory right by the road, doing
Yeah.
something more freaking culverts laying around.
Yeah.
Right,
no. I mean, I'd rather be on a wait and see, list than
agreed.
before we tackle this.
See if they show.
I think what we can do though is, you can't issue the letter, period.
Okay, we
That's
need to vote on it. I would totally vote no on this.
on issuing a letter of,
Well,
how does it-
Or issue the letter was exactly what it says.
and then,
Especially possible action.
Oh, I see. Okay, so they got brought up because of letter, but more so than anything, you're kind of bringing it to us to let us know that this.
I'm trying to, get your input. I mean, if they sit there and want to file for an occupancy permit and still maintain that it's gonna be manufacturing, what am I supposed to do now that they actually bought it?
Come to the meeting.
Yeah. I think, like you said, come to the meeting, but I mean, if they are gonna do the same thing as what the last people are, I mean, I find it hard to believe that we were going to stop them. Even like you said, even if we could stop, then business as usual for that long.
because if you go back to that point, that they've been in there since 98. We have rezoned the entire city since then.
Yeah, I mean, they could have been conforming at that time and they got rezoned on them and
Yeah,
it became non-conforming, so.
but nothing ever happened, so you don't know,
Yeah, it could be a tough fight there, but this.
because the rezoning was done after I've been on. And I came on originally in 2000 something, early 2000s, a couple of years after I retired from the police department.
I said, I just didn't know what to do with it. Like I said, I couldn't sign off on it, so
Don't we have a number of things in the city that are, say, non-conforming and this is not that crazy unusual, is it?
No, I don't think it is, no.
So then we don't have to do anything with it, but we can't give them a letter.
Right.
Say that we,
Just can't outright
Rebuild it,
state that.
do the same
We can't outright say it's okay.
Yeah.
We can basically, but where does he stand now that it's sold? If they come in and want a letter of
Occupancy.
huh?
change of ownership
Yeah.
or I think they're supposed to do an occupancy permit for change of ownership or.
Right,
Right.
like have use, fire inspection and a number of other things. So,
I mean, even there, I mean, do we need them to come to a meeting? I mean, if somebody bought it and is going to be doing the same thing there, are we gonna tell them no? Are we gonna put them down? I can't imagine we're gonna.
It might be the same company leasing it.
But if you allow them to continue that use, then
Oh,
if something would
yeah.
happen, are you gonna allow them to build it back in there?
Well, that's the thing that
Well, that would
basically you
be,
can't.
that would be what we.
right, that would be the
That's the point that, at that point, no.
Sounds like some real nice lots over there in other edge of town,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I think that's where we're at.
I mean, I think it'd be kind of the same thing as, but if, and I don't know what the zoning is there, but if like that apartment building next door, you know, was zoned that same way, if that fell under that zoning for some reason, and that burned down, I don't think we want to let them rebuild there either, would we? We'd want these businesses on that main street. I think
I wonder if that piece of property is on our new,
motel there,
Yep.
I didn't see anything about apartment buildings.
that we moved through there. It does extend up between the apartments, right directly north of Infinity. And then
Yeah,
up
'cause I
through
think-
and then across the street to my house.
The new tire place, I think, fell in there.
I
But he
think-
wasn't-
I'm thinking the
He
property
wasn't
was
gonna be drawing anything.
in case they wanted to do some development.
Yeah, cause it goes all the way to,
They play into it at all?
I can essentially just let them know that, okay, is if they keep it the current use, then they're fine, but if something would happen, there's no guarantee they can build it back.
That's right.
They would have to go before the city for,
Yeah, in case of destruction, anything, they could not rebuild for the.
so essentially allowing a non-conforming lot.
Right.
For now.
Well, it'd be similar, I see one of the things on here is grandfather developed prior to adoption of zoning ordinance non-conforming the comments. You know, that's probably where it'd be.
In fact, yeah,
Yeah, I don't,
that's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
I agree.
but this letter that you've got here would be two. And after the comments in there would be that it can't be rebuilt.
Right.
And manufacturing. Right. Mhm.
So do we need anything other than the discussion and, or?
well. I guess I will fill this out and get it back to her and see what they. What they say, if they wanna go forward with anything, I guess they're gonna have to file for an occupancy permit, so. They're changing the owner, so.
Come back here and we can go through that. Go through the same thing.
Mhm.
There's that.
So you just, do they have to,
Well, for occupancy permits, I think we just usually review them for the departments and then they get approved.
Occupancy department doesn't, permit doesn't come here, does it?
No.
Not here.
okay, that's,
Unless there would be some extenuating circumstances where it would have to,
Yeah.
where, like I said, this one would maybe be
What
one
you
where
can
they
do
would
down the.
bring it before.
Yeah.
they should be made aware of, probably,
Correct.
you know.
Yeah.
Of that fact. Maybe they are already aware of that, and that's why they're doing this. Yeah.
Right, yeah, we've got it.
I think I got it, yeah.
Okay. All right, item E, discussion, recommend certified survey map for Metalcraft property located at 1000 Metalcraft Drive, parcel 251-1322-1322-001. Parcel number 251-1216-1321-002 and 251 -1216-1321-0004.
So essentially, Metalcraft is looking to merge to the 3 lots that they have there. So those 2 that they have to the east with the main parcel. I took a look at this, I also talked to the county, seeing as how County Highway B was involved. Pretty much all we're seeing though is they need to dedicate right away for city ordinance and then the county's requirement then for County Highway B. So city would have wanted 40, county's wanting 45 for right away dedication along County Highway B. And then Slag Road is gonna be 33, just your standard 66 foot wide right away. There is gonna be an easement that we have to do as part of this year's utility stuff, so we're gonna hold off on that until this CSM has been recorded. So that we can make sure the easement is up to date with the.
Easement is updated, stormwater.
No, this is for the water main that was installed as part of the utility project this year.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So,
But everything was taken care of on the last year or 2 years ago with the water problem and the new,
yeah, so.
underground and everything.
Yeah, because they were drawing the old feed, well, it's still a feed for the Metalcraft, but it ran underneath the railroad bed and then along back by Bockyberg sheds and then out to 28, and it was old and brittle and had some issues, so they wanted to move across the property off the feed, just to make sure, try to cut down on shutdowns for Metalcraft.
So basically, we're just saying, yes, you can combine these 3 units so that your buildings aren't laying on 2 different parcels.
Correct, yeah, and then, yeah, addressing the right of way stuff.
Yeah.
So this one, we'd be looking for a motion to recommend, as long as those, items are addressed.
I would make that motion.
And I'll second that one.
Seconded by Kyle. Any further discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you. Okay, item 9, discussion to approve site plan review for Metalcraft property located at 1000 Metalcraft Drive, parcel 251-121-6-1322-001. Now, 251-121-6-1321-002 and 251-121-6-1321-004.
So along with the CSM, they have also submitted plans that are included in your packets here for a cold storage addition to the south side of the building and then another addition on the northeast corner of the building. And then if you look at the packet here, this is our review. At the end of that, we have kind of our conclusions. So we reviewed the plans. There are going to be some utilities that are gonna be put in there as part of the northeast corner addition, and then they're going to actually be putting in kind of like a lift station. Didn't see anything in terms of details or kind of structure stuff for the lift station itself or for the utilities. So we'd be probably wanting to coordinate with utilities to make sure everything's to city requirements for the sanitary and stuff that would be put in on that. And at least see some details to confirm. And then, as stated in the letter, we're just looking for some more information then regarding the retention pond out there to make sure that it's going to be it's sized correctly for the addition. Okay. Cause mentioning the review letter here.
So we're saying basically this retention pond has to be enlarged, right?
Well, we're looking to confirm their calcs.
Calculations.
And make sure that it takes into account the new impervious area they're adding, make sure it's sized correctly.
Okay.
So we're just looking for some more information.
So that's not onerous, that's pretty normal.
It's just part of the review process. I mean, we weren't given these with much time to review them. I think I got them 2 days before the agenda needed to be submitted, so we were trying to have a quick turnaround here. So, I know this was sent to him last week and we haven't heard a response yet from them. So it's just.
Do we want to approve this subject to the what, 8 things that Uncle is recommending in their conclusions and recommendations section of the review of the site plan?
That's
motion? Sure.
Okay.
I can restate that. So I make a motion that we approve this subject to the conclusions, the council recommendations, the conclusions and recommendations section. That they have 8 things listed here that should be done prior to it being officially approved.
I'll second it, but then I have because number 8 is any other conditions, and is there anything that we have that we need to add on?
Well, the only
Yeah.
thing,
I don't see.
when we went through this the last time, there was some problems with the, wetlands or the watershed or something down
To the south.
to the south and east.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
This property or on the adjacent properties?
that was on the council, and I think that we pretty well got that taken care of, but wanted to make sure that was.
Well, that's that house that's for sale, right? That came here about, is that?
the
that
old
big
daycare
daycare?
and then,
They said they haven't had any problems a couple months ago when they were here, right?
Oh, that one, no, I was thinking of over towards north
or
of
the
the
property, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's those,
Well, those areas are wetlands.
yeah,
So,
well, that would all be part of, DNR or whatever. you know,
yeah, and
all of
as
that.
part of that, I believe, the one of the recommendations is for NOI for the site.
It does say something in there while making sure that
Undertaking creating a site in Smithow, Wisconsin, DNR prior.
All right. All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
what he said, is there any other things that we would generally want to put
I
in there?
guess the other thing that I mentioned was making sure with utilities that the sanitary and stuff like that would be
Okay.
reviewed or approved, or I guess by
The,
Courtney,
wastewater commission and,
I don't know exactly how much they are planning to produce, but I mean, they do have that grinder pump in there and stuff too, so it's.
You wanna amend to include the wastewater,
Treatment plant,
yeah,
and anything else, just that?
okay.
I guess, well, I mean, I didn't see any details or anything regarding the utilities that they planned on installing on site. I know previous times, I mean, we've reviewed had them to do submittals and stuff like that, and review what they've actually been putting in there, so I think it should be along the same lines, just have some details and submittals, so we can kind of see what they're putting in there. Make sure it complies with
So then,
the city.
so in addition to the motion, I'd like to add that they submit the, what did you just call this, right?
Utility plans,
Utility.
details, and submittals.
Perfect, utility plans, details, to Kunkel Engineering for approval. As well.
I suspect this wouldn't be much of an impact because of cold storage and warehouse,
Yeah.
regular station. So, all right.
Hey,
Any further discussion?
We have a second from you, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Growler seconded. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you. Item 10, discussion with possible action and update to City of Naval 30-year comprehensive plan document.
So, I know Tillman was looking into this, but I believe, the city's received a letter from the county saying, excuse me, that the city is behind on updating their plans. So
How often are we supposed to update?
every 10 years,
And
this has been, I think,
It
the
hasn't been that long. 'Cause I remember when.
2014?
well,
It's it, well, the resolution's dated like,
well, that's just it.
I don't know if that's correct or not.
There's a resolution in there from 2014, but I thought there was some work being done on it in 2016. But I can't find a resolution where that was completed.
I remember it isn't that long ago, what's his name?
And I know a lot of this stuff, I mean, this stuff was originally, this
Mr. Talkative.
plan was originally
These guys
put together in 2006, so.
I see a bunch of dates in 2005. Yeah.
Mhm.
He brought it up long after this.
Yeah.
I remember doing that. I remember
So
doing
as-
the original. And then it was brought up a few years back by Mr. Smith, and I think I don't remember what we did. We didn't go through the whole thing. I know that.
Yeah,
It was minimal.
I don't know if it was part of that 2018-19. I think we did some zoning map update at that time, but I don't know, there again, I don't know. The copy I had in the engineering department doesn't have any resolution for an update. The clerk's copy didn't have any resolution, so I don't know. I know I looked for the 2016 stuff. I couldn't find a resolution for that. I don't know if there was.
See, and I don't,
But I mean, if you guys would have done it at that time, then you would have been in compliance, or it never got sent to the county. I don't know.
that's also a possibility. That it was actually gone through. Some changes made, but it wasn't sent to the county as, or recorded as a.
But like I said, and that's.
Of the review.
Mhm.
So you would have been. Yeah.
Oh, it's been much more recent than that.
I don't know. So.
And I can't really go through
But-
resolutions like it's comprehensive.
Since there is no record of it, we're gonna have to.
Was why?
The resolutions aren't consecutively saved the same way, so like if I did a search on comprehensive plan, I don't know if anything would come up.
No,
I see.
yeah, 2005 first. Signed right there.
Well, as of right now, I'm guessing, well. I put it on the agenda for discussion, but I think. Plan commission should sit there and go through the plan, review it, so they can, you guys can make a call whether, okay. What sections do you want updated? I mean, are we just going to update zoning maps and ordinances and stuff like that, or
And I know
Does it need to
it's
be
no
more
more than
further?
2, 3 years ago, we did that. But that was just, that,
Okay.
Cause I don't know what the letter says, every, we have to reestablish a certain time to respond to them.
I would have to take a second.
Well,
look at that.
is this plan that here actually the updated, this is the updated
Only
plan?
thing that's in the clerk's
That-
office that I could find.
Yes.
We find out if
Those are the
It'd
paper
be
copies
interesting
that
to
we
see
have.
who did the updates and what the updates were.
Yeah, this one says 2003.
The start with.
well, I'll check mine at home. I have my
It's like,
book at home, and find out if there's anything in there.
Yeah, if there's something that was done that wasn't in the copies that we found here at City Hall, then great.
Yeah,
You can just send them over to the county and see what they say regarding that, and then we don't have to go any further, but.
Wow, town country looks so different.
and if we do end up having to do this, I mean, somebody needs to get us stuff. Like the information in here was old when this was put together. And I mean, it was I saw from 1970 to like something, and then from 1980 to 2000 or whatever. I mean, that's old information. You know, population trends and stuff like that.
Well, if we have to,
It's changed a lot since COVID, so much has.
And I don't know, I know this was all, okay, this part of the planned expansion for Mayville. But with the Kikoski situation,
So that was the
Where-
next
where-
comment, where we're going with that.
yeah, I don't know where that's at.
it's,
Well,
Failed again.
now it's.
I know, I saw that on
It
Facebook.
was tossed out of court.
Yeah, it's out, done.
Report.
We
They refused to hear it.
Yeah,
Oh, they
so,
did.
yeah, that's what I heard.
So now, what is it, reverting back to Williamstown, or?
No, it's
No.
it's.
Village of Kiosk,
Village of Kiosk.
and we are,
Landlocked.
So.
I can't believe they allowed that.
so do we have, you don't know if we have a date to have this back to them by?
We'd have to take a look at the letter.
I was gonna say, if we don't exactly, maybe we, each month, just do one section. Just to get it caught up.
Well, I believe in that letter, it just stated that most of the.
Is how many?
Haven't been keeping up to date.
8?
On plan,
It's
so they're
nine.
just sending it to everybody.
and I can tell you for sure that we looked at it when Rob Belt was mayor yet. So that's. a lot
Like I said, I thought there was some stuff in 16 that they were looking at it, but I couldn't find a resolution where it was actually passed. But I know there was other stuff too
I don't
that.
think it was
was not-
that long ago, but time flies when you're having fun, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the years start blending together. It's like. So, for right now, I guess it'd be just a matter of, okay, take it home, review it. We can discuss it at the next meeting, and see what you guys wanna do.
I'm gonna say, I will compare what we have here to what I've got.
If you find
I've
something,
got my.
I mean, I'll look further too and see if I can find something, but I mean,
Yeah, maybe you'll have a date and they can look it up easier.
I had a copy. I had a copy in the engineering department, and there was another copy in the clerk's office. And then, Chris found the digital, scan of PDFs on the server and printed them.
And I'll look at mine because mine is a different folder.
And then Chris printed these for
These
you
might
guys
have
to
been turned
review.
in, and these are the old ones, and there's even a new,
Version.
I'll take a look and let you know.
Yeah, like I said, this is the copy that was in the engineering office, and
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't even have the resolution in here from, what's it, 14 here? That was in the clerk's copy, so I don't know,
Great.
I don't know, so we can investigate it further, but for right now, I guess take a look and see what.
I think we can, what do we want, just table it till next meeting and then bring it back and discuss where we're gonna go once we look at some more, see what has to be done.
Here we could even table it or just, have no action on it according
Or
to
no
the,
action.
yeah. Yeah, which. I would say that's definitely what we wanna do, get ahold of the mayor, see where he's at on it, and
Yeah,
we had a couple other people that would talk to about. What the changes should be, what recommendations. Yeah.
I know zoning map is usually, and zoning codes are usually something that's been getting updated because those change.
I think that
More
was the
frequent.
biggest thing that we changed the last time. Some of the zoning things,
You think that was 14?
I think it was after that.
Oh. I don't remember doing anything when I was on the council, so that's 6, 7.
Yeah, but that was council.
Well, this would end up having to go to council for
Oh,
final
okay,
approval.
well, maybe it never went.
Yeah, maybe it got okayed here and never actually found its way to council. for some
Yeah,
reason.
So, okay, we'll set it up that way, then
There's no action then,
no action. We keep put it on the agenda for
next one?
month. And what's the schedule for the next meeting?
Yeah,
It's usually what, the third Tuesday? Be looking at the
I get a feeling I'm gonna be going.
16th. Yeah, I'll be going that week too.
I'll be gone too.
What date is that? I'm gonna be going the 17th to the 24th, so.
I'm on the 16th. That's the next meeting, 16th of January.
16th would normally be.
That's Tuesday, yeah.
Well, Cable probably can't make it,
cable, I think cable is not gonna make any meetings anymore.
Oh, he said that he was recovering, Mr. Optimist.
Yeah.
Well, that's 3 of us missing.
And I-
My next available would be right at the end of the month. I mean, I'm back 24th, so. Andy, what's
And
your
I'm not
schedule?
gonna be around.
No. Before, we do it,
Like when,
I'd rather not do it the 9th.
yeah, the 9th I'm busy. I got the 10th, the 11th, the 12th. Sunday, the 14th.
Yeah. Or earlier, there though, it's bad for, earlier on Tuesday the 9th. Much earlier though.
Yeah, I gotta be down in Milwaukee by 1:30.
Yeah. It's all right with me. I would do it at 9 in the morning, but,
Yeah.
Well, do you know if there's gonna be anything else on the agenda yet?
I'm guessing. We're gonna have the comp plan to discuss. They might have something for the land lease put together for T-Mobile. That's right now, that's the only thing, items I can see coming back. Unless there would be something with Infinity Plastic too, I don't know.
It might just end up having this,
Permanent,
Go to February.
I could,
this could always be
Do it
something
Tuesday morning?
too. I don't know.
yeah,
Morning, yeah,
I could do it Tuesday morning, 9.
but then Joe probably can't.
I'm sure of that.
no, Joe wouldn't be, but.
When you're,
Morning's good for me.
Well, I'm gonna be gone from the 16th to the,
Yeah, we just have it every way, yeah.
tell the mayor it's gonna be Tuesday, that day in the morning, or we skip January.
Were you guys available at the 15th, Monday?
Not at night.
Monday the 8th,
no,
I was thinking the 15th, just moving it up the day forward.
15th.
I'm good, gone. Yeah.
You're on already?
10th to the
Oh,
24th, yeah. 9th to the 24th.
Oh, so you wouldn't have been available that morning? Okay.
9th morning is all right.
Should we just do that? Should we set it up for the 9th in the morning? Should we do that? Should we just set it up for Tuesday the 9th at, 10:30? I don't like early mornings. Would that work for you guys or not?
Yeah. I mean,
I think,
You gotta be in Milwaukee at 1:30.
it's 1:30 my meeting starts.
12:30 or 12:30 for sure.
Yeah.
Which,
Ready to go?
we attend them 30 minutes anytime.
I'm good.
Yeah.
So the ninth,
If you can have enough people there,
the ninth at 10:30, is that what we're saying?
Does that work for you guys, or you want it earlier?
10:30, whatever.
let's go 10 just to make
Sure. Sounds good.
safe side. If possible.
Not a problem for
I think
you.
that's, no election.
Even if I wouldn't have been able to come, I would have had Dot here or somebody to fill in, so.
We could, brought by the mayor, say, either way, it'd be the same situation as this, whether he's there or not. Okay,
Just leave it TBD or?
Hmm?
No,
But
Yeah. TBD.
so you can consult the mayor and figure out a time that works for
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know, and then you can get a hold of Gable and Tillman to see what.
We're quite sure Joe can't make it, but.
But who's gonna contact John?
well, we're good.
To let him- Who's gonna contact, going to, I guess, let them know about this, do you do that?
I can.
Because we'll have people here, we'll have people available for that, and it sounds like, when you talk to them, that it, availability otherwise is gonna be really, really difficult.
Okay.
Unless they wanna. There's nothing, this would not be a big issue.
No,
I mean.
Yeah,
that
I
might
see
go
what
for
you're
another
talking about
month.
without
So
that.
if there's nothing else comes up,
I
we
agree.
could hold off for another month.
yeah, our show is, that, you know.
We just need to know 2 weeks in advance so we can get public notice.
Right,
Right, right.
So we don't have much time to figure something
You know, the
out
other
unless
thing
it was
is
at the end of the
you're
month.
right.
Middle
Oh,
stuff is
yeah.
typical, they'll want to get going as soon as possible.
Unless we go the other way and put the end of the month.
Well, yeah, the ninth is only 3 weeks away from today,
Going forward,
Yeah.
going back.
so you'd have to have it already next week, Monday,
Mhm.
which is Christmas, so you need it by what, Friday?
By Thursday.
By 2 days from now.
We're good, so if we don't get anything else by then we can cancel
Right, right, that's the simple as that.
it. Good.
Tell the mayor January 9th or February 20th, whatever it is, 20th.
Like back to normal. there.
Yeah. And please email us to tell us ahead of time.
Well, I have this on my calendar, don't you guys keep this in your?
Yeah, I have it on my calendar, but normally, well, last month we didn't have a meeting. And I saw that on the planning commission, not planning commission, council's meeting saying it was canceled.
Yeah,
I
I
do.
think I got an email on that last one, saying that we had.
Yeah. But yeah, this one, no email and nothing on the agenda. I'm like,
Are we gonna adjourn and then we can discuss the.
sure. I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned at 6:19. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Or just leave